Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to New Rockstars. My name is Vanston, and after 8 years since the announcement that a Five Nights at Freddy's movie would be made, several changing of hands, and a few rewrites, we have finally gotten a teaser for the movie. Now, the game that this is based on has a large fan base filled with folks theorizing, trying to uncover lore, and solve timelines. And while I've been watching those videos alongside others for years, today we're going to be breaking down the trailer in a way that doesn't spoil the plot for those who haven't played the games. As far as the plot goes, I'll only be discussing the basic premise of the game's story. Warning though, I already know the comments section is gonna be the Wild Wild West, so be careful when going down there if you don't want plot points revealed. For those who are big fans of the games, don't worry, there are plenty of Easter eggs and hidden details in here for you to enjoy too. So to set things up for those unfamiliar, Five Nights at Freddy's is based on a game series of the same name created by Scott Cawthorne, who also wrote and co-produced this movie. In it, you play as Mike Schmidt, a newly hired security guard taking over the night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a fictional family restaurant based largely on Chuck E. Cheese. This establishment is known for its colorful cast of performing animatronics, including Freddy the Bear, Bonnie the Rabbit, Chica the Chicken, who holds Mr. Cupcake, and Foxy the Fox. Pirate Fox. There's also Golden Freddy, who's in the game but doesn't perform on stage like the rest of them and who you don't come across as much as the others. Anyway, when the animatronics start moving on their own, Mike has to survive Five Nights at Freddy's. With that, onto the trailer.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where fantasy and fun come to life.
I love when you can get a sense of the type of movie it's going to be from the first second of the teaser. And before anything else happens, we get the sound and static of a VHS tape starting up. Not only letting us know that we're about to see old footage, but evoking an eerie feeling connected to the trope of finding old tapes in other horror media. One of the more notable examples being the VHS tape in The Ring. So already we have a sense of unease and some context for what era we're in, which is echoed in the 4x3 format of the video we then see. In the video, a gal named Kim welcomes us to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where
fantasy and fun come to life.
A line said for legal reasons in a phone recording that's been left for you by the previous security guard in the first game. During this, you can also hear a common musical motif from the games that is based on the famous Toreador song from the opera Carmen. In the games, it's most well known for playing when the power goes out and you're waiting in the dark for something to come get ya. Just one other thing to put fans on edge while watching this. Taking a quick look at Kim's pins, we can see a pizza pattern pin, a checkered pattern pin, which is a pattern seen throughout the restaurant in the game that's also reflected on the walls behind Kim, a Freddy pin, a pin that says the "Let's Eat" phrase that's on Chica's bib, one with a bunch of balloons on it, pins that have Chica, Foxy, Mr. Cupcake, and Bonnie, and a pin with the whole gang on it. Moving on to the following shots, we get colorful striped party hats reminiscent of the party hats on the tables in several of the games, some killer harem pants, a kid holding a Foxy plush, which is actually the official Sanchi plush, and a couple of kids playing on a Kix brand bubble foosball table. And I actually found an old advertisement for this exact model with a patent number, and looking up that patent number shows you that it was made in 1984. This kid's definitely losing, by the way. In the following shot, we can see from left to right a King Rock pinball cabinet from 1972, a Royal Flush pinball cabinet from 1976, the kids are playing on a 1980 Centipede cabinet, and the lime green outline and front panel lead me to believe that this is an Area 51 cabinet which came out in 1995. This might raise the eyebrows of some hardcore fans that are certain that this is supposed to be in the 80s, but I'm just telling you what I found. It could be a prop error, I don't know. We then have a couple kids playing in a ball pit, and it may be no coincidence that the camera is at an angle where the net in front of them almost makes it feel like they're in a cage, because the net stops here. It doesn't surround the whole ball pit, but they chose to frame it like this.
Hit it, guys.
A bizarrely stiff-armed Kim hits a Showtime button that's a callback to a non-functional Showtime button in Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. And the iconic purple curtain opens to Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie identical to how they are in the game. Aside from Chica holding Mr. Cupcake in her right hand instead of her left, which might have just been switched for practical filming purposes. But aside from that, even the circular clouds in the background look just like the ones from the first game's trailer, and the lights are the same colors and move in the same way that they were going to for the cut Showtime performance in Help Wanted. And let's talk about these animatronics. They opted to go for practical effects with the animatronics, enlisting Jim Henson's Creature Shop to make these giant characters, which is a good call because if I saw Sweetums, or really any Jim Henson character, in a dark corner, I would piss myself. But these animatronics look identical to their in-game counterparts, and I can't wait to see them in action. The song that plays is Talking in Your Sleep by the Romantics, released in 1983, and the particular line they play is "I hear the secrets that you keep." Ominous. We made this video with the help of Geology, and with their help, you can make your skin healthier than ever. Geology is a 22-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company recognized in Men's Health, Oprah Daily, Hypebeast, Birdie, Esquire, and GQ. Their products are built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Just take a quick 30-second diagnostic quiz, and Geology will create a simple and effective skincare or hair care routine customized just for you. Geology's co-wash and deodorant are great, and I use them all the time, but right now they're running a special offer for a skincare sampler pack, and Geology's skincare stuff is in a league of its own. Geology's line of skincare products can help you fight acne, reduce oiliness, prevent wrinkles, combat dark or puffy under eyes, have smoother, hydrated skin, and target signs of aging. There has never been a better time to try Geology than right now. For a very limited time, use code ROCKSTARS100 to get 100% off your personalized 30-day skincare sample set. All you have to do is cover the $4.95 for shipping. On top of that, new Rockstars fans get an exclusive bonus offer up to 50% off on an additional skin, hair, or body product of your choice when you add it to your trial. Click the link in the description or go to geolog.ie/rockstars100 to get started.
If you're watching this video, it means you've been selected as Freddy's newest security guard.
We then cut away from the tape to an abandoned and overgrown parking lot outside the building, clearly several years later, with a busted sign saying closed. It's interesting to note that the sign has one letter off to the side and 5 letters grouped together, with one of them standing out from the rest. If this is symbolic, I don't know, but it's a thing. We see Josh Hutcherson as Mike, wearing a very lax outfit, as a voiceover from the tape says, if you're watching this video, it means you've been selected as Freddy's newest security guard, cementing that they are following the plot of Mike being the newest security guard on the job, assumedly to prevent trespassers from breaking in. We get a wide shot from an angle akin to a security camera's, likely no mistake, as the game relies heavily on switching back and forth between camera footage. And what better production company to bring that to life than Blumhouse, who launched security camera footage to horror fame with Paranormal Activity. This angle also contributes to making Mike feel small and isolated compared to the enormous looming darkness he's facing. But let's brighten this shot up and take a look at some of the details. First off, the layout is horrendous. Imagine trying to navigate those booths when it's crowded. That's the real nightmare. But moving along, the room has the iconic checkered flooring with some carpet that makes me want to go back to Skate World so badly. Take me back. There are also Chica and Bonnie stained glass panels on the booths, and potentially a Freddy one in back too, a bulletin board of kids' drawings, which are seen throughout the games, a Let's Eat neon sign next to the kitchen, which is technically in the first game, although only audio works for that camera, and a prize counter, much like the prize corner in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 or the prize counter in Help Wanted. Taking a closer look in there's a red and green shirt, though I couldn't find official merch that matched up yet. A Freddy and Bonnie mask along the outside, and maybe a Chica one. It's that or a backpack or something. A few Foxy and Freddy plushes, and what looks to be a Freddy backpack up top. The rest is a bit too fuzzy to make out for now. Mike pulls back the curtain in a classic horror movie suspense move to reveal Bonnie, and we get an idea for the size of these things. But while animatronics may look like friendly cartoon characters at the forefront, it is much more unnerving to see the wiring and metal endoskeletons that make them function, which is what we see when he pans to Freddy.
Hello?
We're going to have so much fun together.
As Mike flips the power on, there's a Celebrate poster originating from the first game in the background, and then we get to see the main sign that reads Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place, and you can definitely see the Chuck E. Cheese influence here. Now, people were ready to burn down the place when this sign was originally revealed online and they saw that Freddy was wearing gloves. I don't know why he's wearing gloves on the sign but not in the movie, but my best guess as to why they gave him gloves on the sign is either A, the same reason Mario originally got gloves, to make it easier to distinguish his hands from the rest of his body, or B, because practically if you were driving down the highway, a white waving light would get your attention more than a brown waving light, and restaurants are all about pulling hungry customers in. We're then treated to the security office, aka your home in the first game. And this being where you spend the entirety of the first game, they made sure to get the details right. From the poster to the fan to the cup, right down to the crumpled up foil. There's a picture with Freddy and the gang up on the wall, and a letter from management that reads, make sure to follow all rules, I'm guessing to avoid unnecessary damage to something. The security camera monitors show the ball pit and game area, a corridor with potentially something standing there. The stage area, a party room where the tables are angled very similarly to Party Room 3 in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, a maintenance hall, the supply closet that Bonnie hides in the game, and the screen next to it has the front doors, the parking lot, perhaps a side or back lot, and another maintenance hall. And the stage camera that we see in the next shot is a 1-for-1 of the stage camera from the first game. We then see Mike looking around before the camera reveals that Freddy is there too. I think this one's a sneaky editing trick considering we don't actually see him say the voiced over hello, meaning he might not say it at that point. And Freddy's eyes aren't glowing red, which, although red eyes do appear in Help Wanted, seems to be the way this movie is going to demonstrate the animatronics level of aggro, so it's possible he already knows Freddy's there. It cuts back to the training tape, and aside from 2 of the people from the previous shots being gone, the only thing amiss is how Kim is shaking her head while saying,
"We're going to have so much fun together."
Blink twice, Kim. We see someone locked into a chair before showing Mike looking down the barrel of some saws. And this is another sneaky trailer misdirect because the person in the first 2 shots is not Mike, since Mike was wearing a casual attire and those are older hands. No shade. And if you're thinking he might have just changed clothes, this image released by Blumhouse shows that nope, he still isn't wearing the suit and tie. So the person in the first 2 shots is almost certainly the security guard we see later in the trailer. Obviously not to say that Mike isn't in this scenario at some point, because clearly he is. And we can see from the trailer in that photo that this is the inside of a Freddy head, which differs from the game a little, but serves to be pretty deadly nonetheless. Whether these inner workings and strappy chair were built for torturous purposes, or perhaps to keep an endoskeleton still while the head was attached, we'll have to see. But either way, not great for humans. Then it quickly flashes through a montage over the sound of maniacal laughing. Now there's no shortage of creepy children laughing sound effects, but it also slightly resembles the Fredbear plush from Five Nights at Freddy 4 sped up. Or maybe the extended version of the Balloon Boy character laugh. Maybe it's just me. But in that montage, we see Foxy's shadow, a girl who we know from IMDb is named Abby, played by Piper Rubio, who many speculate is a replacement for Mike's sister Elizabeth in the games, a shot of Freddy activating, his eyes notably turning orange and not red, and a shot of a character listed as Vanessa, played by Elizabeth Lale, who fans were surprised to see given the character isn't in the first 3 games. I mentioned the first 3 games because Matthew Lillard said in a meet and greet that the movie is based on the first 3 games. Her hair being back tight like that shows that she's likely a type of public safety officer. Movies and shows don't put women's hair back tight like that for no reason, trust. We're then shown a very surreal moment where Mike turns to face 5 kids in the woods, each kid pretty clearly representing an animatronic. Bunny ears being Bonnie, orange hair and shirt and Hook being Foxy, yellow and white outfit being Chica, and there's a huge amount of debate over which is which, but the other 2 being Freddy and potentially Golden Freddy. Some people think this kid is meant to represent Golden Freddy because of his blonde hair and the fact that the rest of the kids are in a line and he's the only one out in front of them. Some people think this kid is meant to be Golden Freddy because his shirt has yellow and purple in it and he's hidden from sight in that first shot. And some people think he's meant to represent another character altogether. Disagreements? In my Five Nights at Freddy's fandom? Unheard of. We see Matthew Lillard as William Afton, who we aren't given much of in this teaser, aside from his intelligence being displayed by the diplomas on his wall. What we do know is that he won't be having a British accent like in the games, which Lillard disclosed in that same meet and greet as before. And there's that security guard from the torture scene. He's looking a little tense as he looks up at, assumedly from the height, an animatronic. Him being pressed up against the gate with the exit door right behind him paints this beautiful picture that his salvation was so close yet so far as he tried to escape, only to find the gate to be locked. What appears to be Foxy's leg then crushes a ball as the lights turn purple and what is vaguely reminiscent of the power outage sound from the game plays. Similarly, everything goes quiet as Abby ducks into the ball pit to hide. She's also wearing a different sweater than before, showing that Five Nights at Freddy's might live up to its name. Or the girl's layered up. We see Foxy's eye glowing red, and our final 2 shots are of Freddy and Bonnie standing over something or someone. And it could totally just be the lighting, but one of Bonnie's pupils seems to be glowing a bit brighter of a purple than the other. And that was the Five Nights at Freddy's teaser. What you think? I personally can't wait until we can get a full trailer so I can get some more juicy info. Until then, you can follow me on Twitter at @It'sAnnaVanston and follow and subscribe to New Rockstars at New Rockstars for more breakdowns of everything you love. Sweet dreams. I don't know where I'm going.
Are you on the run from a mafia hitman because your wife likes to play the ponies but she sucks at it? Do you love your wife but wish she'd study horse racing instead of just picking names that sound cute? Then you need to take a tour, a Tommy Tour. Tommy Tours is a new weekly infotainment experience where I, Tom Tours, will take you on a tour of the universe's hottest locales. Be there.